would say about Islam that it's not from Islam that unruliness happens, but it is either from their misunderstanding or their misbehavior. Sometimes they are politically driven, sometimes they are driven by other ideologies or something else. They use Islam and they use the ignorance of the masses to try and brainwash a few. We are here to respond to that, to say we stand for goodness, for tolerance, for respect, for coexistence, and we shall continue to promote that and to preach that. I know Sheikh Ramadan said I will speak for 10 minutes, or one of the brothers said 10 minutes. I've only spoken for 6 minutes. I will allow the other 4 minutes to roll over into whatever questions you may have. I'm sure you are quite clear as to the mission that we have come with. I have not come here to convert anyone in Uganda. That is definitely not our mission. The mission is a peace mission, to ensure that the peace continues to prevail. This is a peaceful nation. We don't want to wait for something to happen before we start bringing people together in an understanding. We will act in advance. We will make sure that we avoid anything negative. We pray that Allah grant peace not only to this nation but to all our nations. And we are being proactive in this by coming to promote a good understanding between people. So I just want to clarify regarding converting people. That is not my job. That is solely in the hands of the Almighty. If someone is convinced in one way, it's up to them to follow what they are convinced by. People think perhaps building bridges might be a huge operation to convert people. That is not true, not at all. And I just clarified this because it's important to know that we get along with Muslims, non-Muslims, the Christians, whoever else it may be, the Hindus, the Jews, the Buddhists, even the atheists, agnostics, those who are confused totally. We still get along with them and we still respect them. Really, we respect them. They are our brothers and sisters. There is no reason for us to perpetrate any act of hate or violence. And that's why I am here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence, for that informative and very inspirational speech. So at this point, I will invite another competition to pick some of those who are interested to ask some questions. And they should be brief and on point and out of the speech as delivered.
We're going to keep it as balanced as possible and as short as possible. Suraya Media, shoot your question.
Yes, I'm Shafiq Yahweh from Suraya Media. First of all, thank you for finally coming to Uganda, having encountered ourselves in Nairobi. So the question is, this building bridges thing is the thing that we've been working through the various countries. What impact have you received from the lectures that have been delivered in different countries under this theme?
The theme building bridges started about 3 to 4 years ago, and the response is tremendous. It is amazing. As a result of this building bridges theme, we have forged beautiful relations with people of other faiths. We have extended our wing so that people understand that Islam also promotes heavenly teachings that are really beautiful teachings, character, conduct. Because when people used to look at Islam before, they thought that these people are only about praying, they need to go to the mosque, they need to eat halal food, and they need to dress in hijab. A lot of the times they thought just that much of Islam. Now they've come to realize it's all about character, about conduct, about reaching out to other human beings, to animals, to the ecosystem, and so on. Over and above that, the overwhelming response has been such that the places I have visited would like me to go back again and again. But unfortunately, because I have to make space for a country like Uganda, we have not yet repeated it in the same country more than once. But I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us acceptance. I would ask yourselves and the citizens of this beautiful nation and those who live here to continue the building bridges even after I am gone. And I'm sure there have been so many who are already doing this type of work even before I came. So this only supports their good activity and encourages others to engage in this type of good activity. You will hear as the days pass the beautiful messages from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and from so many other beautiful examples of loving coexistence, inshallah.
The sister had a question. You have a question?
Yes,
You introduce yourself and your media house.
Your Eminence, my name is Derek Wandero, Daily Monitor and Keynesian. My question is, you seemed to delve so much onto the message of wrong elements, bringing in anecdotes of the bridges and all that. We would like you to be a little clear on this. What do you mean by wrong elements, and where are you basing your information to point out this?
I think when it comes to wrong elements, wrong things, it is quite clear, clearer than the sun that you might see when the clouds are not behind me, that those who are perpetrating crimes, whether it is acts of terror, whatever acts of hate, there's a lot of hate crime going on, you just need to Google it, you'll see it across the globe. Many countries, there are acts of hate, acts of terror, acts of violence, killings, so many of these acts that are negative. The reason why I just used the broad term negativity is because it includes more than what we can mention if we single out some of these things. But all of this, to combat it, we need to guide people. We need to constantly remind them that anyone who promotes hatred and who tries to inculcate hatred in the hearts of the masses is actually doing a disservice to humanity. So going back to what you were saying, the details are, the acts of terror that you see in all countries. There's no single country. We've seen it in many places, whether it's in Nigeria or Sri Lanka or wherever else. In fact, it even includes people of other faiths, such as what happened in New Zealand, what is happening throughout, many countries. There are sporadic acts of hate as well, singular, small acts that are perhaps only reported to police stations and they don't make their way to the media as well. All of this is included in what I meant when I said that which is negative. We need to combat it and try and build a bridge. Thank you so much.
We'll take two more questions from you and who else? You can go.
Your Highness, I'm Singizi Bonas, working from Kampala. You talked about the story of media being among the things that promotes that bad side. Which message, which package do you have for media?
Media does not promote the bad side. No, it doesn't. But generally, news is generally about things that go wrong. News is generally about things that go wrong when it comes to day-to-day life. But if it is an achievement of a government or something of that nature, they will always highlight it. Not always is the good that people do highlight it, and not always is that which is normal highlighted. I hope you understand. How many people have lived in this hotel? The media will never have to highlight it because it's normal. Something that is abnormal needs to be highlighted. So maybe I can say abnormal in a positive way or a negative way, but more so negative, because obviously you need to sell your paper, you need to gain a following. If you are going to say normal things, today there are 200 people at this hotel, people are not going to buy your paper. But if you say that today there was an accident here, something happened, it is important. So I think let's not say that I look at media as those who promote negativity. No, media are actually partners with us in trying to promote the good, such that when negativity is highlighted, there should always be some form of a balance to say how it can be combated or what the journalist thinks people should be doing in order to highlight it. I'll give you one example. That example of the road that I gave you, that when 5 people haven't made it and 500,000 have made it, if the 5 haven't made it, perhaps a journalist who looks into how those 5 lives that have been affected can actually be saved next time and makes mention of what he or she thinks should happen, it makes it more positive. So I don't want to be at loggerheads with the media. We are never. We are partners. We are actually partners. I have many of my good friends who are journalists. We are partners because we can only do good together. I cannot do it on my own. And you know what? You cannot do it on your own. Together we make this huge team, and that's why I'm sitting here. If I felt that there was negativity only, I wouldn't have wasted my time. But I think it's more valuable to speak to you than to speak to a whole stadium. So thank you very much for giving me that opportunity to clarify that.
Now one last question from
Mufti, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Issa Chigongo. I work with Radio Bilal. During your message, you have highlighted some of the elements of extremism. And globally, you will find that youths are most taken by the religion extremism or religious-based terrorism. What is your message to the youths, basically in Uganda or the part of Africa?
Firstly, I want to correct you. I don't think most of the youth are taken. I think it's a very small group that are taken. But the youth have a good habit of listening. They lend an ear. There is a concern, you know. So what I will promote to the youth, you will hear it in the Jum'ah as well as at the stadium and whatever other opportunities we get. It is a message of educating yourself correctly. Think carefully before you do anything that is negative, because the impact of it will go down generations. You know, if there is an act of hate today that is perpetrated by someone, it will affect many lives for a long time. Sometimes the rest of the people might keep on leading their lives in their own way, but the people who are affected, it lasts a long time. You know, we should use our energies as youth to reach out to people who are suffering in one way or another. Today there are so many natural disasters, so many floods, so many people going through, you know, poverty and so much more. The youth can mobilize themselves to help these people such that their energies will be used in the right direction. So I think if we can convince the youth somehow, or we can promote those who are already doing such work to utilize the energies of the youth while they are bubbling, you know, in that energy. When you are young, you feel you can conquer the globe. With that energy, we need to make sure that it's used to serve people, to help out, to reach out, and that's the message. That's the part of the whole essence of building bridges. Jazakumullah.
So that's not the end of the questions.
Can I give an opportunity to a sister if any sister would like to ask?
We have contacted behind the other side, so they have no questions.
No problem. I'm only doing my duty because I don't want to.
Because I have from past, you know, do you have any questions?
Salam alaikum.
My name is not actually a question, but just to thank you for this opportunity you've given us, for all the assistance you've given us.
May Allah accept it from us.
Now, that marks the end of the questions. We thank you very much, Your Eminence. And now, before you leave, we would like to have a group photo.
This one.
Light.
It's okay, we can take from here, then we can go to we can all come the mix.
Anybody who is not allowed, please don't come this
We can stand there.
What? Farooq. Yalla, find the film.
So the key
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Kiriwo kati ekifaananyi ekyawamu Mufti amaze press conference.
Are you done? Are you done? No. But now it can't take 30 minutes to group photograph.
You cannot ask a journalist if they are done.
The press conference.
Please, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I'll take
This is the main photo here.
Let me also take Mufti. Okay, it's okay now.
It's okay.
So alhamdulillah, tumaliza press conference.
Members who already have the tags, technical committee, kindly follow me now. Thank you. Members, and you already have tags, please follow me now to the next session. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Chairman, we go to the next
Here. Walaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum. So English Uganda. Ishaden Rashid, mashallah, is also here with us, mashallah. He has come to join the Mufti Menk, so they're friends and mashallah. So can say what to the Muslims?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum Muslims.
Streaming on
Muslims of Uganda.
Worldwide.
Muslims worldwide. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for all the good work you're doing. Keep up the good work and benefit from the month of Ramadan, which has just left us. So continue all the good deeds you were doing in the month of Ramadan, beyond Ramadan. So the message is love and peace. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, brother. So, baganda bange press conference wetu bwegenze tugende wano inshallah tujja kuba tuwuliziganya saa zino tugenda mu technical meeting committee inshallah tujja kuba tuwuliziganya. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.